Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh and good day everyone. So today is our asynchronous class for week number 6. Okay, as we aware, our asynchronous it's supposed to be our class is on Sunday, but due to Deepavali holiday, we bring forward to this session asynchronous class. Okay, so for today we are going to continue with rules of differentiation. If I'm not mistaken, during our last class for asynchronous class, we stopped here. Alright, rules of differentiation with some rule. So now this is a simple one. If you have two function, then you want to find the derivative of the two function, then you can just find the derivative of the first function plus with the derivative of the second function. We have discussed this in so means that we stop with example 5. Now we're going to continue with another one, which is a product rule. Okay, so product rule, kalau tadi yang apa ni, some or difference rule, maknanya yang lupa nak cakap yang ni, kalau tolak pun samalah. Okay, tolak pun sama, minus plus minus pun, if you want to find the difference between two the derivative of the difference between two functions, means that you can find the derivative of the first function then minus with the derivative of the second function. But for product rule, or if you have two functions fx times with gx, you tak boleh nak letak it is like f prime times with g prime. Sama je macam yang kita buat for some apa ni, ada we assume the same for apa ni yang addition or subtraction tadi. No, for multiplication and division, we can't directly just assume like this. No, it's wrong. Okay, ni salah. Maknanya kalau katakanlah the function is x times with cos square lah katakan. X times with cos x. Maksudnya kita tak boleh differentiate x and multiply with the derivative of cos x. No, that is not the way. Okay, so we have what we call as a product rule. Product rule maksudnya we have two function, fx the first function and gx is the second function. So the product rule says, okay, we have to use this rule. How to apply this rule? So it's equals to f prime x. Okay, maknanya the derivative of the first function multiply with the second function. Okay, the second function, the derivative ddx of the first function multiply with the second function, and then okay, the first function multiply with the derivative of the second function. Ataupun you can put the other way round, tu pun tak salah lah. Okay, I mean that the other way round is, okay, this is also correct if you put gx first times with f prime x plus with plus with g primes x f x. Kalau nak letak multiplication of second function first, multiply with the derivative of the first function. Ni sama je kan? Silap. Sorry. Okay, maknanya kalau you nak buat dulu g prime x dulu, okay, g prime x times with fx, okay, then plus with f prime x gx. Maksud tadi find the derivative of the second function first, then multiply with the first function, and then plus with the derivative of the first function multiply with the second function pun sama je yang ni dengan yang ni kan. Alright, and biasanya in my class, okay, I used to use u and v. Tak tahu kenapa, saya rasa lagi senang. Okay, first function as u, second function as v. So this is equivalent to u dv dx plus with v du dx. Okay, later lah kita tengok example ni lagi clear. Maybe you all sekarang ni kalau tengok je formula macam ni, okay, ada yang macam masih lagi confused. Tapi saya rasa kalau tengok example nanti, ingatlah tu, jangan risau. Okay, and then the second one is the quotient rule. Quotient rule ni is for the division of function. Katakanlah we have a function x over x square plus 3 for example. Kita tak boleh, saya rasa baru ni kita ada example 5 and ada yang try to solve the question yang macam ni, what they do is kita find the derivative of x, okay, d dx of x divide by d dx of x square plus 3. Again, yang ni salah. Tak boleh guna macam tu. But instead, you have to use this quotient rule. Okay, so the formula of the quotient rule is gx f prime x minus with f g prime x over g x square. Kalau tadi yang ni for the product rule kita boleh tukar. Kita nak letak g prime x dulu, lepas tu fx, ataupun kita nak letak f prime x dulu baru gx, is fine. Tapi untuk quotient rule, no, you have to follow the rule. Maknanya they always have gx time with f prime x. The denominator darab dengan derivative of the numerator, tolak dengan numerator darab dengan derivative of the denominator over denominator square. Tahu kan denominator ni yang bawah, numerator ni yang atas. Or if we choose, again saya akan biasanya saya akan guna term u and v, d dx over u over v. So it's gonna be v u prime minus with u v prime over v square. Prime tu maknanya derivative lah. V u prime minus with u v prime over v square. Okay, that's the explanation about the formula here. Now we proceed to the example straight away. Okay, we continue with example 6. Okay, actually there are examples up to A, B, C, D, E, F, if I'm not mistaken. Tapi yang ni sebab I nak space, I just have 2 question only, A and B. Alright. So we try the first one, hx. So if you can see here, hx is equals to x minus 1 times with x cube plus x square plus x plus 1. Alright, so kalau you tengok kat sini, this is actually we have 2 function. Okay, saya denote this as u and this one as v. Kalau you nak jadikan dia satu function, boleh. Okay, you want to make it as a one function only, then you have to multiply ni, masukkan. Okay, x multiply with x cube, okay, x multiply with x cube, x with multiply with x square, and then x direct ix, and then x multiplied by 1, and then this one. So it's a bit tedious for me. Okay, it's not appropriate to do it here, unless if the 2 functions is simple that you can multiply them together, baru to differentiate directly je. Tapi yang ni maknanya you can regard them as 2 functions. So maknanya we have, okay, the first function is u equals to x minus 1. Okay, so u prime or du dx okay, the du over dx is equals to, differentiate x minus 1, you get 1. Okay, and the second function, I regard a second function as v. So we have x cube plus with x square plus x plus 1. Then here we have dv dx is equals to, differentiate x cube, you get 3x square plus 2x plus x. Then h prime x, okay, h prime x, or you may write this as dh over dx is equals to apa? u v prime plus with v v u prime. Okay, ataupun tak payah ingat formula ni pun tak apa, you buat cross lah macam ni je, macam tu. Okay, prime ni maknanya yang ni lah u prime nya. U prime is equals to du dx, v prime is equals to dv dx. So here maksudnya jawapan dia adalah x minus 1 times with 3x square plus 2x plus 1, and then u prime v, or v times v u prime yang ni, okay, this one. So it's gonna be tambah, our v is x cube times letak bracket, x cube plus x square plus x plus 1 times with v u prime is 1 only, so multiply by 1. So basically this is our answer. Okay, this is our answer. But sometimes the question will ask you to simplify. Okay, so you may proceed to simplify the answer. What I mean by simplify here, kena multiply kan, masukkan dalam ni. So you will have apa kat sini? 3 masuk. Okay, multiply with, so you will have 3x cubed. Then this one, so you have 2x square plus x minus 3x square. Okay, minus 3x square minus 2x minus 1. Okay. Minus 2x minus 1. And then here, plus with x cubed. Okay, plus with x square plus x plus 1. So, you must simplify further lah. So, maknanya kat sini, at 3x cube tambah dengan x cube, you have 4x cube. Okay, and then 2x square tambah dengan x square. So, you have 3x square. And nampak tak kat sini? You have minus 3x square. So, you may cancel them together. Ni pula x tambah x tolak 2x. Cancel juga. And then this one minus 1 plus 1. So, maknanya answer dia only 4x cube. Alright. Okay. Now we proceed to B. B pun samalah. Okay. For B here, we have the function is okay, this function is fx equals to 1 plus 1 over x square times with x square plus 1. Tapi kan function ni saya rasa there's a possibility that if you don't use this product rule is easier, maknanya tak semestinya kita guna product rule. Kita boleh try untuk jadikan these two function as one function, as I said earlier. Try untuk multiply, susah tak? Macam senang je ni. So 1 times with x square, you get x square plus 1. Okay, and then 1 over x square darab dengan x square, you dapat 1. And then plus with 1 over x square times 1, you get 1 over x square. See, senang. So you don't have to use product rule. There's some condition where you don't need that. So we have x square plus 2 plus 1 over x square. Alright. Okay, so in this case, barulah kita differentiate, or f prime x, okay, is equals to differentiate x square, you get 2x, differentiate 2, you get 0. Differentiate yang ni apa ni? Be careful this one. Maybe some of you will make a mistake. 1 over x square is equals to x power of negative 2. Kalau nak suruh nampak lagi senang. And then maknanya kita differentiate this one, d dx of this one, maknanya minus 2 going down. Okay, minus 2 x power of negative 1 or negative 3. We reduce the power by 1. So, reduce the power by 1 jadi negative 3. So, we done. Okay, the final answer is 2x minus 2 over x cubed. That's it. Okay, class. So far, we have discussed example A, B. And for example C, I want you to try, okay, and submit as our classwork submission. Alright? Okay, so now we're going to proceed to discuss D. Okay, so we are going to proceed to discuss D and E. For F, okay, for F, I want you, ataupun, okay lah, I'm going to proceed to discuss example D and F. Saya ambil yang susah. Okay, this one, D and F, but I want you to solve C and E ni juga. Okay, as your classwork submission. C and E as your classwork submission. So after this, I'm going to discuss with you example D and F. Okay, so now we proceed to example D. So if you look at example D, is a quotient function, right? Kita ada numerator and denominator. So remember we have a formula, but as I said tadi, for product rule juga, do we really need to use the product or quotient rule depending on the function? If that function we are able to simplify dia jadikan a single function, then you don't have to use product or quotient rule. Macam function ni kan, 4s cube minus as square plus 4s over 4s. Divide by everything, divide by 4s. So do we really need a quotient rule to find the derivative of this function? Cuba tengok ni. So 4s cube over 4s, and then minus with as square over 4s, and then plus with 4s over 4s. So I don't think you need a quotient rule here to solve the derivative here, because you can simplify yang ni jadi 1. Alright, this one for as square over 4s, then you will have this one 2, ni jadi tinggal 1, and then this one apa dia, this one gone, maknanya ni adalah s cube over s, you dapat s square. So basically this function is simplified to s square minus 2s sahaja. Okay, so no need to trouble yourself to, okay, tertinggal plus 1. Okay, s square minus 2s plus 1, then only we can directly find the derivative. So dy over d apa ni, no more dx okay, bukan dx ni, be careful because this is a variable s, bukan x. Okay, jangan pula find the derivative tapi kat sini dy over dx, salah dah tu. Okay, variable dia s tapi you tulis x kat sini. So this one is dy over ds, ataupun nak selamat you tulis je y prime. Okay, then this one is equals to 2s minus 2. That's it. That is your answer. Okay. Okay, kalau you nak try, you suka quotient rule katakanlah, then you may use, maknanya you regard this u over v. Boleh juga, okay? And you should get the same answer. Alright, so for f here, kalau you tengok f ni macam function is a bit complicated. Alright, we have y equals to 2 root of x minus 1 times with 4x plus 1 power of negative 1. Apa maksud kat sini? Power of negative 1. Okay, power of negative 1 meaning to say 2 square root x minus 1. Maknanya ni adalah bahagi, kan? Bahagi 4x plus 1. But they put power of negative 1 because to bring it up. Okay. So, yang ni, this is y. Alright. So, yang ni is more suitable for you to use the quotient rule. Maknanya disregard this as u over v. Kalau you nak regard this as as product rule pun boleh. Maknanya yang ni adalah you punya u and this one you punya v. Tapi dia punya issue ni, you punya v adalah 4x plus 1 power of negative 1. Ni agak complicated untuk you solve lah. So I would not advise you to use the product rule for this function, but instead we use the quotient rule macam ni. Okay, so for this quotient rule, maksudnya kita ada u kita 2 square root x minus 1, or this is equivalent to apa? 2x kuasa apa ni? Kuasa 1 per 2 tolak 1. Okay, and your v here, okay, your v here is equals to 4x plus 1. Alright, so here du over dx or u prime is equals to, differentiate lah, 2x power of half here, so you dapat 2 darab 1 per 2 x kuasa negatif 1 per 2. Differentiate 1, kosong lah. And then dv over dx or v prime is equals to 4. Very simple. So, y prime or dy over dx, the formula is, ingat v u prime minus with u v prime over v square. Okay, so here the formula is v u prime. What is your v? Your v is 4x plus 1 times with your u prime. This is your u prime. U prime ni 2 dengan 2 ni cancel kan? 1 je maknanya. So this is x power of negative half. Letak je lah dulu x power of negative half minus with your u. Your u is 2 square root x minus 1. Okay, times with v prime is 4 over, okay, over v square, so means 4x plus 1 square. Okay, so that is the answer for F. But you may simplify further dia punya jawapan ni, y prime dia ni. Okay, darab masuk. Okay, 4x darab dengan x kuasa setengah. So, dia akan jadi 4x kuasa setengah je lah. Tambah dengan x kuasa negatif setengah. Okay, ni darab, tolak 8 square root x. Okay, tambah 4 over 4x plus 1 square. If the question asks you to simplify, then you have to simplify like this lah. Okay, so we get the answer here. Okay, yang ni x kuasa negative half, so 1 over square root x. Okay, minus with 4 square root x plus 4 over 4x plus 1 square. This is the final answer. Okay, over 4x plus 1 everything square. Okay, so with this, we're done with the example D and F. And as I said to you just now, example C and E, I want you to submit as our classwork submission for today asynchronous class.